everybody. And I think finally, I can say am going to have a successful Caradina shrimp tank with these fancy red fancy tigers. So look what we've got here. So it seems to have taken me almost a year to get Caradina figured out. And I'm not even going to say I haven't figured out, but I have some success. Now, one of the biggest things is that I knew how to keep water. I've been keeping water fine. All the parameters have been in check. There's certain things that you need to be aware of, like feeding too much, temperature. The Caradina are much, much more sensitive to temperature. Now, I didn't have a heater. I didn't have anything in there. I had this lid right here. That's all I had. I was so worried about evaporation and keeping the water parameters consistent. So I had this tank sealed off really, really good. I had it super sealed off, trying to keep the evaporation to 0. Well, this is not just powered by air. I have an air stone in the back there behind the sponge, but there is a 396 gallon power pump in there, and that combined with the aquarium co-op light and the lid and sealing it off real tight ended up causing temperatures to be like 76 to 79, and unbeknownst to me, that's an issue. Now, I always knew they needed cooler temperatures, but I didn't realize. I always thought like 80 and up was bad. I didn't realize like 76, 77 was an issue, but it was. And so what that causes is bacterial issues. So when I first took the lid off, I started to get some babies surviving. Now, getting females buried, that was never an issue. Getting the females buried was never a problem because I never had any babies survive. It was always a nonstop parade of buried females and then random off the wall deaths. Like I never had like a die off. It's like, what the hell? There's a dead one. Oh my God. What happened? And then 3 weeks, 5, 6 weeks later, there's another dead one. What the heck is going on? Well, my original batch of 15 I started off with, I was down to just a handful, but I was getting babies. Just a few, but I was getting some babies born. But I was still getting weird, random shrimp to die off. Like females, they would get buried, have their babies. Of course, none would live. But when I took the lid off, I started getting my first handful of babies to live. But still, like I was still getting random deaths, like I said. And then I added some more because I was finally starting to see a little bit of hope. So I decided I want to get some more shrimp. So I got 10 more from Kyle at Poseidon's Pets. And he was talking to me about this stuff. The cure from Plamsky's Shrimp Farm. So I tried this stuff. And it is a broad spectrum antibiotic. So it's a broad spectrum antibiotic. And so my problem that started from having a temperature too high started a bacterial issue. And now, after treating with the Plamsky's cure, the shrimp, before I could put an algae wafer, a little bit of food in here, and the only thing that would come was snails. Now I put a little bit of food in here, and we have tons of shrimp right away. Getting some interesting ones growing up. There's one that in here that looks like it has orange eyes. But what made me decide, all right, I think I finally got it, is, let's see if we can find one. I found brand new babies in here. Now this one's not brand new, but it's another weird one. That's the one with the orange eyes. Look at those. Those are orange eyes. Now, I don't know how Fancy Red Tigers throws a red shrimp with orange eyes, like a red devil with some white on its tail, but we'll see. I'm not sure how that happens. Of course, I don't know anything about Caradina. I am still at the point. I'm trying to get him to live now. So we can find a new baby. Last night I found a handful of brand new babies. There's one right there. So we are getting brand new babies. We've got juveniles that are getting ready to be breeding size. Just look at that. Ooh. Them ones I got from Kyle look so good. Look at that one right there, man. Ooh, I like them shrimps. I like them shrimps. They're so pretty. But we've got, let's see if we can find another baby one. There's one coming up from underneath the leaf. I think. Yeah. That's the baby shrimp that we already seen. You see how active they are, even though how little it is. And we zoom out, you can see just how hard it is to see when they're that little. Look at those beautiful shrimp. Those are gorgeous. And we still got more throughout the tank. We got lots of really good happy shrimp. I realize it's just a cull, but I kind of like that one. It's all red with a little bit white stripes on its butt. I kind of like that one. Yeah, some of them pretty good, some of them ain't. But like I said, right now, when it comes to Caradina, I'm still at the stage of learning them. So we got babies, we've got new babies, we've got babies growing up. I've got the temperature in check. All the parameters are still good. The GH has always been 6. The KH has always been 0. And I did at one point. I had this tank was a jungle. It was actually like one of my best looking tanks I ever did. But then I was trying to get algae to grow, and then I was feeding too much. I ripped out all the plants. And then when I was feeding too much, my nitrates got out of hand, and I did not even realize it until I was like, I better test those. And so I did, and they are way too high. So then I change about a gallon or two of water a week, but to keep nitrates down, I've been running this in my filter. That is a Nitrazorb, and that is Purigen. And there's more shrimps in the filter. This seal right here started peeling off. This silicone does not stick to this bucket very good. So the shrimp just come in here and do their thing. In the long run, this will end up being my Caradina coal tank. So I'm not real worried. I'm just trying to get some nice ones to live in here. That's one of the really nice ones from Kyle, I do believe. Sometimes I'll net them out when they're easy to net out, but most of the time I just let them do their thing in the filter. Will be shrimp. I'll see one in the filter, and I won't see it out in the tank for a week or so, but then there it is out in the middle of the tank. Just chilling in the filter. I didn't intend for it to work that way, but don't seem to hurt anyone. And I'm not super worried about calling shrimp right now. I'm just trying to get them to live because that's where my Caradina hobby is at. I sure do like them. I was seeing like 3 or 4 brand new babies like we saw earlier, but I'm not seeing any more. So that's all I've got for you guys today. But I mean, this is not just something minor. I'm I'm super excited. Oh my god, you don't even know. Finally get these guys doing good. The last few batches of babies have been living. I pulled out all the old it's this substrate that was in here that was kind of thick and replaced it with just a really thin layer of Brightwell. And that the TDS was still creeping up with that ISTA stuff. And it was completely exhausted anyway. But my pH has always been consistently around the low fives to 5.5, 5.6. It's about 5.4, 5.3 right now. And we're doing so good. Got everything under control. Everyone seems to be doing good. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.